I fought a war nobody saw, in silent nights without a law. No banner raised, no crowd to cheer, just dust and doubt and creeping fear. Scars I earned and scars I hid, from choices made and things I did. When hell swung wide its iron door, I stood alone and faced the roar. Every fall was a fatal blow, every loss cut deep and slow. If the world wanted me undone, I chose to stand, not run. This is my war. I survived hell through the fire here, where many fell when others dropped their weapons down. I planted both feet in the ground. My war had no medal, no fame, just tears and dust and flame. If the fire tried to bury me, I stayed free. The road was dry without remorse, ash in my lungs, regret of course. I saw strong men beg for release, watched courage shatter piece by piece. But at the bottom of my fall, I heard a voice beneath it all. It said, stand up, don't disappear, you're not done bleeding here. I lost more than I can confess, watched dreams decay in emptiness, trust dissolved in my own hands, hope sinking in broken lands. But every wound became my guide, every failure fed my pride. In the mirror of the lowest place, I promised I would not erase. I confess I almost gave in, let the darkness pull me in. But rock bottom speaks in steel, you either break or learn to feel. I chose to rise with scarred skin, not kneel to what I'd been. If hell meant to mark my end, it forged a will that wouldn't bend. Step by step, night by night, no applause, no saving light. Pain became structure, became code, every scar helped bear the load. It wasn't luck, it was resolve, it wasn't fate I couldn't solve. While many whispered it's too late, I answered back, I'll outlast fate. Every fall was a fatal blow, every loss cut deep and slow. If the world wanted me undone, I chose to stand, not run. This is my war. I survived hell through the fire, where many fell when others dropped their weapons down. I planted both feet in the ground. My war had no medal, no fame, just tears and dust and flame. If the fire tried to bury me, I stayed free. Now I walk with clearer sight, less illusion, more fight. The man I was lies in the past, what remains was built to last. I don't chase glory or applause, I carry scars as my cause. If the past knocks once again, it'll find a stronger man. If the war returns someday, it won't find me the same way. Fear no longer holds the chain. I've walked through fire and pain. I'm not built from praise or fame, I'm shaped by loss and flame. And if they wait to see me fall, they'll watch me rise above it all. I bled, I burned, I almost broke, but I learned where many said it's done. I endured. This my war. I survived hell, crossed the flames that tried to quell every doubt that called my name. Every shadow, every flame, my war carved who I became, tempered by relentless flame. If life decides to test me still, it'll find me standing, iron will. Heavy breathing, strings creaking, boots in the dust. They all fell before the halfway line, some to fear, some to the bottle and time. I stayed when the lights burned low, when the ground split open below. I watched promises turn into dust, saw faith collapse and rust, but something in me refused to bend. Even bleeding, I chose not to end. Every fall carved into my hand, every mistake helped me stand. If the world wanted me on my knees, I learned to breathe through the squeeze. I'm the last man standing here, between the wreckage and the fear. When everything broke, I stayed. When they called it over, I was made. Last man standing, no applause, just scars and a stubborn cause. If the world tries to make me fall, it'll have to break through it all. It wasn't strength, it was survival. It wasn't luck, it was revival. Rock bottom has a bitter taste, but it doesn't let your pain go to waste. I lost more than I can explain, but I never surrendered to the rain. When the silence grew too loud, I stood taller, unbowed. The ones who laughed ain't here today, the doubters faded away. I saw strong men beg the ground, watch courage crumble without a sound. But I remained cracked and worn, cut by knives that felt unborn. Because once you face yourself inside, there's nothing left to hide. I confess I thought of quitting, of letting go, of just submitting. But the bottom is cold and clear, you either die there or face your fear. So I stayed alone and scarred, learning that staying is just as hard. Every wound became my guide, every failure turned the tide. Step by step, night by night, no spotlight, no guiding light. Pain became structure, became law. Every scar reinforced my core. This road wasn't made for kings, it was forged in broken things. For the man who takes his fall and still stands through it all. Every fall carved into my hand, every mistake helped me stand. If the world wanted me on my knees, I learned to breathe through the squeeze. I'm the last man standing here, between the wreckage and the fear. When everything broke, I stayed. When they called it over, I was made. Last man standing through the storm. tries to make me crawl, it'll have to watch me rise from it all. Now I walk slower, but I see far. Every step shaped by who we are. I don't chase revenge or fame, just refuse to fold in shame. I've seen the worst inside my mind and still refuse to leave myself behind. If the past knocks at my door, I won't run anymore. The man I was is buried deep. What survived doesn't break or weep. Built from dust, from loss, from fight, forged in endless nights. I'm no saint, I never claimed, just a soul that stayed unchained. If the final fall comes my way, I'll go down standing anyway. It wasn't luck, it wasn't grace, it was grit, it was pain. While they all fell, I remained. I'm the last man standing still, through the silence, through the will. I crossed the fire meant to end me, and found the strength within me. Last man standing to the end. No need to break, no need to bend. If they wait to see me fall, they'll see I rise above it all. Heavy breathing, streams creaking, boots in the dust, silence. I gave my word like I gave my blood, trusted my name in the hands of mud. The hand that shook mine let go too fast. The smile beside me stabbed my back. I felt the ground split under my feet, watched slowly die in the summer heat. But when they thought I was done and broken, I stood betrayed but unspoken. Pain showed me what faith concealed. Who talks too loud rarely stays real. If trust was my greatest mistake, standing back up was the vow I'd made. Betrayed but not broken, wounded but not outspoken. The world tried to see me fall, but I learned how to stand through it all. Betrayed but not defeated, silence became my heartbeat repeated. If they pushed me down to the ground, I came back harder, unbound. Promises shattered like glass in hand, cut so deep I could barely stand. Truth stood cold beneath the moon, singing a bitter, hollow tune. Trust turned into a scar I wear, proof that I once believed in fair. But roots grow deeper in broken land, and I found my strength in shifting sand. While they laughed at my slow collapse, I was mapping my comeback track. While they toasted what they thought was the end, I was learning how not to bend. It wasn't revenge that kept me alive, it was knowing I'd still survive. Because once you faced your darkest fear, you don't tremble when the night draws near. I confess, it cut too deep, losing the peace I tried to keep. Rock bottom doesn't lie, it shows you who's willing to die. Watch my name drag through dirt, watch my past turn into hurt. alone, outspoken, betrayed, but never broken. Step by step, night by night, no spotlight, no guiding light. Pain became structure, became law. Every scar reinforced my core. It wasn't luck, it was resistance. It wasn't magic, it was persistence. What they meant to use to end my flame became the fire that shaped my name. And pain showed me what faith concealed. Who talks too loud rarely stays real. If trust was my greatest mistake, standing back up was the vow I'd made. Betrayed but not broken, wounded but not outspoken. The world tried to see me fall, but I learned how to stand through it all. Betrayed but not defeated, silence became my heartbeat repeated. If they pushed me down to the ground, I came back harder, unbound. Now I walk with fewer illusions, but far more hardened conclusions. I don't hand my soul to a word, or let my truth be blurred. Trust is rare, I've learned the cost. Loyalty isn't lightly tossed. If falling was the price I paid, rising stronger was the trade. The man I was is buried deep, too naive, too quick to leave. What survived doesn't fold or rust. It's built from grit and broken trust. I don't wave hatred like a flag, but I don't forget the drag of watching hands that once held tight turn their backs in the night. I believed, I trusted, I fell, but I adjusted. And those who thought I'd fade away will watch me rise another day. Betrayed but not broken, stronger now than words once spoken. What was pain became direction, what was lost became correction. Betrayed but still I stand with calloused heart and steady hand. If the world tries to see me fall, it'll watch me rise above it all. I feel the fire breathing on my skin, watch my hope burn thin. I walk through nights without a dawn, carrying weight I stood upon. Many fell along the way, dropped their fight, chose to stay. But I remained when the sky went black. I stood my ground, I didn't crack. Every fall was a ruthless test, every silence pressed my chest. If hell wanted me on my knees, I learned to stand through the squeeze. I walked through hell, I didn't break, survived the fire, felt every ache. When many gave up, I stayed alive. Learned how to endure, learned how to survive. I walked through hell, scarred but whole. Flames couldn't swallow my soul. If the world expected me to fall, I rose up stronger through it all. The road was dry, no mercy there. Dust in my lungs, thin air. Promises shattered in my hands, trust sinking into broken land. I learned that faith won't pay the cost, and courage sometimes feels lost. But even bleeding in the night, night I chose to face the coming light. I saw strong men beg for ground, heard their courage lose its sound. But when the bottom held me tight, something inside began to fight. Cold taught more than comfort could, loss explained what strength should. And in the dark where none remained, I stood alone and unchained. I confess I thought of quitting, of letting go, just submitting. But rock bottom speaks in truth. It strips away your last excuse. You either die in that deep well, or rise and conquer hell. If hell wanted to mark my end, it forged the will that wouldn't bend. Step by step, night by night, no spotlight, no guiding light. Pain became structure, became law. Every scar reinforced my core. It wasn't miracle, it was will. It wasn't luck, just standing still. While many whispered it's too late, I answered back, I'll outlast fate. Every fall was a ruthless test, every silence pressed my chest. If hell wanted me on my knees, I learned to stand through the squeeze. I walked through hell, I didn't break, survived the fire, felt every ache. Where many gave up, I stayed alive. Learned how to endure, learned how to survive. I walked through hell, scarred but whole. Flames couldn't swallow my soul. If the world expected me to fall, I rose up stronger through it all. Now I walk with steady pace, fewer illusions on my face. The man I was is left behind, what remains is still refined. I don't carry pride or shame, just memory carved in flame. Every night that felt like the end turned into strength I could defend. If hell knocks on my door again, it won't find the same broken man. 'Cause once you stare into the fire, you lose your fear, you climb higher. I'm not built from praise or fame, I'm shaped by loss and pain. And if they wait to see me fall, they'll watch me rise above it all. I fell, I burned, I lost, I learned. Where others said it's done, I endured. I walked through hell, I survived, kept my spirit alive. Crossed the flames that tried to end me, found the strength within me. I walked through hell and came back strong, carried the fire all alone. If the world tries to break my will, it'll find me standing still. Heavy breathing, strange creaking, boots in the dust, silence. I fought a war nobody saw, and silent nights without a law. No banner raised, no crowd to cheer, just dust and doubt and creeping fear. Scars I earned and scars I hid, from choices made and things I did. When hell swung wide its iron door, I stood alone and faced the roar. Every fall was a fatal blow, every loss cut deep and slow. If the world wanted me undone, I chose to stand, not run. This is my war. I survived hell, through the fire where many fell. When others dropped their weapons down, I planted both feet in the ground. My war had no medal, no fame, just tears and dust and flame. If the fire tried to bury me, I stayed free. The road was dry without remorse, ash in my lungs, regret of course. I saw strong men beg for release, watch courage shatter piece by piece. But at the bottom of my fall, I heard a voice beneath it all. It said, stand up, don't disappear, you're not done bleeding here. I lost more than I can confess, watch dreams decay in emptiness, trust dissolved in my own hands, hope sinking in broken lands. But every wound became my guide, every failure fed my pride. In the mirror of the lowest place, I promised I would not erase. I confess I almost gave in, let the darkness pull me in. But rock bottom speaks in steel, you either break or learn to feel. I chose to rise with scarred skin, not near to what I'd been. If hell meant to mark my end, it forged a will that wouldn't bend. Step by step, night by night, no applause, no saving light. Pain became structure, became code, every scar helped bear the load. It wasn't luck, it was resolve, it wasn't fate I couldn't solve. While many whispered, it's too late, I answered back, I'll outlast fate. Every fall was a fatal blow, every loss cut deep and slow. If the world wanted me undone, I chose to stand, not run. This is my war. I survived hell, through the fire where many fell. When others dropped their weapons down, I planted both feet in the ground. My war had no medal, no fame, just tears and dust and flame. If the fire tried to bury me, I stayed free. Now walk with clearer sight, less illusion, more fight. The man I was lies in the past, what remains was built to last. I don't chase glory or applause, I carry scars as my cause. If the past knocks once again, he'll find a stronger man. If the war returns someday, it won't find me the same way. Fear no longer holds the chain, I've walked through fire and pain. I'm not built from praise or fame, I'm shaped by loss and flame. And if they wait to see me fall, they'll watch me rise above it all. I bled, I burned, I almost broke, but I learned where many said it's done. I endured. This is my war. I survived hell, tossed the flames that try to quell every doubt that called my name, every shadow, every flame. My war carved who I became, tempered by relentless flame. If life decides to test me still, it'll find me standing. Iron will. Heavy breathing, strings creaking, boots just silence. Didn't shout when we crossed that line, didn't break when we sold what was mine. I let the silence settle in slow, like a winter wind before the snow. You laughed loud in a crowded room, raised your glass to my soon doom. But a man that bleeds without a sound learns how to turn that hurt around. I watched your shadow stretch real tall, heard your echo through the hall, while you were busy claiming the crown. I was steady riding you down. Silence cut sharper than steel, no need to rage to make it real. The patient hand don't lose its aim, it just waits and learns the game. Silent revenge, no warning sign, no second chance, no finish line. When the reckoning comes around, ain't no place left in this town. Carried every lie you told, like a bullet cast in mold. Every whisper, every scheme, feared the fire you couldn't see. You thought time would make me weak, turn my anger soft and meek. But time is iron in a flame, hardens hurt into a name. I saw your allies switch their side, watch your loyalty divide. But in the dark where I stood alone, I built a spine out of stone. It ain't the loud man you should fear, it's the quiet one drawing near. The one who listens, doesn't speak, feels the pressure, stays unique. Rage is wild and burns out fast, patience makes a moment last. And while you bragged about your win, I was mapping where you'd begin to fall. At rock bottom I saw my face, lines of loss I couldn't erase. But in my eyes there burned a spark, a steady glow inside the dark. I'll admit it cut me deep, cost me blood and cost me sleep. But the bottom's clear as glass, shows who's building, who won't last. I didn't need to raise a hand, just watched you sink in your own sand. Cause a house built high on lies collapses under its own disguise. Step by step, night by night, no spotlight, no need to fight. Pain became a sharpened blade, every scar a debt you made. It wasn't fury, it was control, wasn't chaos, it was a roll. While you were shouting victory, I was carving history. Silence cut sharper than steel, no need to rage to make it real. A patient hand don't lose its aim, it just waits and learns the game. Silent revenge, no shout, no plea, just consequence and memory. When the past comes back around, it won't make a single sound. Heavy breathing, boots on dirt, low strings on it. Silence. a single sound. Heavy breathing, boots on dirt, low strings humming. I was born where the dirt run deep, where promises fade and the strong don't weep. They laughed when I fell face down in the mud, said that's where he belongs, in the blood. I tasted shame like bitter rain, carried hunger, carried pain. But in that mud where hope seemed gone, I felt the fire pushing on. I wore my failure on my skin, fought my demons deep within. And in the dark beneath the weight, I chose to rise instead of break. Every fall cut through my pride, every loss stayed by my side. If the world wrote me off that day, I rewrote it my own way. Between the mud and the glory I stayed, from the dirt I rose unafraid. With a stained face and burning soul, I turned the wreckage into control. Between the mud and the glory I fought, when nobody believed I did, I thought if they waited to see me fall, I outlasted it all. The road was dry and hard as bone, no mercy carved in stone. I saw good men drown in vice, pay the devil's silent price. I felt defeat crawl up my spine, watch my dreams decay in time. But every scar that marked my name was the very thing that fed the flame. Rock bottom whispered cold and clear, either rise or disappear. So I planted my hands in the ground and pushed back without a sound. In the mirror of a sleepless night, I faced the truth without the light. I almost gave in to the weight, almost surrendered to my fate. But something in my chest still burned, a lesson pain had taught and earned. The mud that drags a man down slow can also make his backbone grow. Each tear became a shield of steel, each wound taught me how to feel. While they called my fall defeat, I was learning how to compete. I admit it broke me down, watched the world kick me around. But the bottom is a ruthless guide, shows what lives and what has died. You either ride beneath the blame or rise up hardened by the flame. If the mud tried to hold my name, it only forged me through the shame. Step by step, night by night, no applause, no guiding light. Pain became my discipline, loss became the strength within. It wasn't luck, it wasn't grace, it was staring fear in the face. While they whispered he won't stand, I was building with my own hands. Every fall cut through my pride, every loss stayed by my side. If the world wrote me off that day, I rewrote it my own way. Between the mud and the glory I stayed, from the dirt I rose unafraid. With a stained face and burning soul, I turned the wreckage into control. Between the mud and the glory I fought, when nobody believed I did, I thought if they waited to see me fall, I stayed. I outlasted it all. Now I walk with steady stride, no illusions left to hide. I carry mud like a crown of proof, built my strength from broken root. The man who nearly lost his way is the one still standing in today. And if the past comes back for more, I won't kneel like before. I ain't made of fame or praise, I'm built from darker days, from dirt that tried to pull me down, from silence thicker than a sound. If glory ever calls my name, it'll know I earned the flame. 'Cause a man who conquered the ground don't fear when the storms come around. I fell, I bled, I broke, but I rose instead. From the mud I came, and now I'm on. Between the mud and the glory I stayed, from the dirt I rose unafraid. With a stained face and burning soul, I turned the wreckage into control. Between the mud and the glory I fought, when nobody believed I did, I thought if they waited to see me fall, I stayed. I outlasted it on. Heavy breathing, boots in mud, low strings haunted, silence. I gave my name and gave my word, stood my ground when things got blurred, stayed beside you in the fire, held the line through mud and wire. I bled out there on open ground, never made a broken sound. While I was guarding what was real, you were cutting quiet deals. I saw the shift inside your eyes, heard the truth beneath your lies. Still even knowing how it felt, I stayed true, I never knew. Every scar split through my pride, but it never changed my side. If pain tried to make me bend, I stood firm until the end. I bled, but I stayed true, even when the blade was you. Carried truth across the line, wouldn't trade this soul of mine. I bled, but I never betrayed, even when the price was paid. If the whole damn world falls through, I'll stand my ground, I'll stay true. The road collected what is due, took his pound of flesh from truth. Watched a promise turn to smoke, heard the bond between us broke. While I carried your good name, you were playing a different game. The man I once called brother turned his back for another. But loyalty ain't bought or sold, it don't fade. When nights turn cold, it's rooted deep beneath the skin. Even when the world caves in, down at rock bottom I learned some bridges deserve to burn. But I won't torch my own code just to lighten up my load. I could have answered lie with lie, watch you fall and pass you by. But my word weighs more than rage, more than vengeance on a stage. On a cusp, but it cuts clean, keeps a man from turning mean. 'Cause when you trade your soul for gain, you lose far more than pain. I'll admit it cut me deep, cost me blood and cost me sleep. Watch what I believe collapse, felt the silence and the gaps. But loyalty's a mirror clear, shows who stands and who lives in fear. You chose to walk a crooked line, I chose to guard what's mine. Step by step, night by night, no applause, no guiding light. Pain became my armor plate, honor carried all the weight. It wasn't pride, it was belief. my side if pain tried to make me bend. I stood firm until the end. I bled, but I stayed true. Even when the blade was you, carried truth across the line. Wouldn't trade this soul of mine. I bled, but I never betrayed. Even when the price was paid. If the whole damn world falls through, I'll stand my ground. I'll stay true. Now I walk with clearer sight, less illusion, more fight. I don't hand my trust out fast, but I don't rewrite my past. The man who nearly broke apart still carries a steady heart. And if the story comes back around, my name will still be sound. I don't need a medal or crown, my loyalty won't drown. I've lost more than you could know, but I never let it show. If staying true is my cross, I'll bear it through the loss. Better bleeding on the line than living crooked for a dime. I bled, I endured, I nearly fell, but I stayed sure. My name stayed clean, even in between. I bled, but I stayed true. That's something you couldn't do. You can try to drag me down, but you can't have stolen ground. I bled, but I'm still standing here with scars I don't fear. If the world tests me again, it'll find me true until the end. Heavy breathing, dry strings humming, boots in dust, silence. Give my name and give my word. Stood my ground when things got blurred. Stay beside you in the fire. Held the line through mud and wire. I bled out there on open ground. Never made a broken sound. While I was guarding what was real, you were cutting quiet deals. I saw the shift inside your eyes, heard the truth beneath your lies. Still even knowing how it felt, I stayed true, I never knelt. Every scar split through my pride, but it never changed my side. If pain tried to make me bend, I stood firm until the end. I bled, but I stayed true, even when the blade was you. Carried through the cross the line, wouldn't trade the soul of mine. I bled, but I never betrayed, even when the price was paid. If the whole damn world falls through, I'll stand my ground, I'll stay true. The roker did what is due, took his pound of flesh from true. Watch your promise turn to smoke, heard the bond between us broke. While I carried your good name, you were playing a different game. The man I once called brother turned his back for another. But loyalty ain't bought or sold, it don't fade when nights turn cold. It's rooted deep beneath the skin, even when the world caves in. Down at rock bottom I learned learn. Some bridges deserve to burn, but I won't torch my own code. Just to lighten up my load, I could've answered lie with lie. Watched you fall and pass you by, but my word weighs more than rage, more than vengeance on a stage. Honor cuts, but it cuts clean. Keeps a man from turning mean, cause when you trade your soul for gain, you lose far more than pain. I'll admit it cut me deep, cost me blood and cost me sleep. Watch what I believe collapse, felt the silence in the gaps. But loyalty's a mirror clear, shows who stands and lives in fear. You chose to walk a crooked line, I chose to guard what's mine. Step by step, night by night, no applause, no guiding light. Pain became my armor plate, honor carried all the weight. It wasn't pride, it was belief, wasn't weakness, was relief. While you shifted with the tide, I held steady on my side. Every scar split through my pride, but it never changed my side. If pain tried to make me bend, I stood firm until the end. I bled, but I stayed true, even when the blade was you. Carried through the cross, the line, wouldn't trade the soul of mine. I bled, but I never betrayed, even when the price was paid. If the whole damn world falls through, I'll stand my ground, I'll stay true. Now I walk with clearer sight, less illusion, more fight. I don't hand my trust out fast, but I don't rewrite my past. The man who nearly broke apart still carries a steady heart. And if the story comes back around, my name will still be sound. I don't need a medal or crown, my loyalty won't drown. I've lost more than you could know, but I never let it show. If staying true is my cross, I bear it through the loss. Better bleeding on the line than living crooked for a dime. I bled, I endured, I nearly fell, but I stayed sure, my name stayed clean, even in between. I bled, but I stayed true. That's something you couldn't do. You can try to drag me down, but you can't steal this ground. I bled, but I'm still standing here with scars I don't fear. If the world tests me again, it'll find me true until the end. Heavy breathing, dry strings humming, boots and dust.